Hi guys, my name's Seb Tudor, I'm the man on the Silver Mountain, and I just wanted to take a little bit of time out today, which granted is, for me, the same day that I've done all of these other videos so far, because I've got a potentially quite busy week, and I needed to get all of these done. But for you, it'll probably be a different day. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to have a quick talk about how I want this channel to run and what I'm actually trying to achieve with it, because I've mentioned a couple of things in the last couple of videos, but I've not really made anything specific. Um, so the first thing is that I will be uploading every day bar Sunday, because Sunday is my day to hide in a hole and get paperwork done and fix things that I've broken and put a painting up there, because that empty blank blue space is a thing that needs something in it. I've got a painting over there, but it needs to go there. But one of the things that I'm wanting to do with this channel is bring everything that I learn as best as I can from the things that I do. So from everything from clients that talk to me, the bring up subjects and questions, to things that you guys talk to me about, um, to everything that I can come across that provides an idea, a perspective, something that we can use to move forward. Um, excuse me. And so that's my main goal. I've got already about a month's worth of content, maybe a little more than that. Or rather, I've got a month's worth of ideas for content um, listed out that are ultimately things that I've talked about with clients, things that I've talked about with other coaches, things that I've talked about um, with family and friends, and on either a larger or a smaller scale, with various people. And so those are going to be the videos that I want to do during the week. Um, Personally, in the grand scheme of things, I'd like it so that I have um, Monday for a day to tackle things that you guys bring up for me, Tuesday and Thursday as days for me to talk on topics that have been brought up to me by clients, or that I've come across independently, or that I've talked to coaches about, or blah blah blah. Wednesday, considering some of the things I'm going to be talking about, pretty fucking miserable, I kind of want to turn around on Wednesday and go, look, here's some stuff that I've come across that's actually kind of fun. It's life affirming. It's good. It's things, information that can help, that doesn't have a downside, that doesn't have the kind of stepping over hot coals to get to the enlightenment at the other side, as it were. You know, stuff that I can bring from when I was working for you guys as well. So it might turn into another topic day. It might turn into just a general, like, hey, look, this is awesome kind of day. But I'll have to see how that goes. And then Friday, I'll want to go back through all the videos that I've put up in the week, take a look through the comments, address some of them. You know, I unfortunately, you know, I'm kind of running around trying to do my own thing in terms of actually coaching clients, meeting people, and networking and dealing with a business as well. And so potentially I might not have time to sit down every week and go through all the various comments on the videos and respond specifically. I will try my hardest to do so, but it's going to be a kind of touch and go thing depending on what I'm doing, especially considering also like about once a month I end up kind of running off around the country to, well, at least around the southeast, to go and see people and do things, which I'd like to include in videos as well, but again, we'll have to see how that all pans out. But then for a Saturday show, Saturday is the weekend. It's time to chill out, and as said, a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be talking about, people may have kind of negative ideas or things to say about it. Some the things that I'm going to be talking about are going to be kind of miserable. And so one of the things that I'd like to bring in is just like, Saturday's just chill day. Let's relax. I might play a game. I might, go out for a wander and take you guys with me. Whatever, you know. I've already been talking to a few people about possibly running a kind of tabletop gaming thing. In which case maybe I'll run a game and have that up as well. So as a series for Saturdays. But again, that will very much be just me chilling out, talking to you guys about whatever it is that I'm doing, instead of me sitting here talking to a camera about how terrible parts of the world are, or how there are these sets of issues and here's how we might overcome them, and then looking to you guys to maybe give me your opinions, because that's what I'm here about. I want to hear your stories. In fact, I probably want to hear your stories more than I even care about mine. And so that's the first thing. That's how I want to format the channel. That's how I want to upload. I haven't entirely worked out what time every day I'm going to try to upload, but those, at the very least, there is going to be a video, and unless something terrible happens, like get hit by a bus, that is the schedule that I want to stick to, Monday through Saturday, with Sunday as a dead day, and we'll just go from there. But then moving on, in regards to the actual videos I'm going to be putting up, with the exception of the Saturday video, whereby you probably won't see you might see my face. I'm not sure if you'd want to see my face, but you might see my face. Like, I'll be playing games. I'll go out for a walk. Got not a lot of nice countryside down in southeast England, and I do enjoy hiking. So maybe I'll take you guys with me if I can work out exactly how to do that in the best possible way, instead of lugging a large camera around with me. We'll see. But yeah, as most of the time you're unfortunately going to see my face. As said, picture is going up there at some point, and this is a new room. So I'm currently trying to work out where stuff goes. It's why all that stuff is still in boxes and it isn't stood up properly. It's why I've got a whole load of crap over there, which thankfully you guys can't see, because you'd be appalled with just the pile of boxes and stuff. But excuse me. But ultimately, one of the things that I want to make very clear is that I'm not going to be editing my videos hugely. Probably sticking a beginning and an end on it, and that'll be it, because I don't, coaching and what I want to do with this channel is about telling stories, and it's about going both ways. And so it's the reason why, when I've had so many people come up to me and tell me one of two things: Seb, you should be in politics, okay, and Seb, you should write a book. And in regards to the book thing, like, I went to a seminar recently, and this guy was going, I mean, he had a reasonable amount of information that would be good, but it was all based on the premise of, you should write a book because it provides authority, because it provides an excess of information that you can then market to people, and it's the new kind of business card. I'm like, is it though? Because I've got business cards, they're sat in the thing behind me there, but what's the like? I could, like, if you're literally an accountant and you're going, here's a book on how to do your taxes, fair enough, it's an instruction manual, that's fine. I'm a coach, so I could bring you, I could write you how I live my life, and then let you mess up your lives the same way that I have mine at various points. But more to the point, coaching is about talking to people. It's about having a discussion. And so if I'm talking to you, every single one of you, then that's the beginning of a conversation. And then when you talk back, and I want you to talk back because you guys are far more interesting than I ever am, but when you talk back, then that means that that's a conversation. And I can sit there, I can ask you questions, you can ask me questions, we can discuss. And then you guys can talk amongst yourselves as well, because at times I'm unfortunately not tied to my PC 24/7. It would make a really interesting time if I was, but hey. But that's one of the reasons why I don't want to edit my videos overly much. Because, you know, what it comes down to is, if you guys can see what I'm saying and listen to what I'm saying, and then can like promptly bring me a response, or take your time over it. It's the internet. You'll probably see this video 3 years in the future and still want to say something, in which case go ahead and do it. But like, I want to hear those things that you've got to say, and like, if I'm cutting out every mistake I make, or planting my head on the desk for the sake of, I don't know, what I'm doing right now, pausing extensively for absolutely no reason, then, you know, it's not a conversation. It's the same reason that whilst I have a Twitter, I don't really like Twitter, because it's so reductionist. You know, I can't, as much as you can have a conversation between two people, each one of those people conversing has to reduce what they're saying down to 140 characters. Why? You know, it's granted, it's a useful medium to keep up with links for news, to keep up with what my favourite people in the world may or may not be doing, or whatever else, but it doesn't, it's not a place to have a discussion or to tell a story, because the best stories are the ones that you can examine, that you can talk about, that you can get into. There's a reason why Harry Potter, Star Trek, Star Wars, and every other fandom on the planet, to one degree or another, is that thing, is a fandom. Because you don't have people in the Harry Potter fandom, for example, rumbling around and going, oh yeah, I like the books because they're about a boy and a wizard. They don't reduce it like that. They specifically attach themselves to one of the houses from the school. They will dress up. Jedi is becoming a problem religion in Australia. You know, the people are attach themselves to parts of stories that they can examine, associate with. I don't want that to be any different in regards to the stories that I'm telling you, or the things that we're talking about, and the stories that you're telling me back. Unfortunately, granted, the YouTube comment section is probably not the best place for an essay, but at the same time, if you've got one to write, then write it. I'll do my best to read it. And then, yeah, as far as moving forward is concerned, I don't know. It's an adventure, right? I'm, you know, what's the fun of this? This is actually nerve-wracking. When I was working for in the cinema industry, as my kind of first real paying job that wasn't me just running around going, this is how you speak English. It was a case of when I had to go in, and there were a lot of like 400 or so angry people in an auditorium because their movie got stuck, or I had to go down and sing happy birthday to a child whose parents had booked a birthday party in the cinema. You know, that was fine. I mean, take a deep breath, hope no one throws their drink at me or whatever, but, you know, go down the front and get it done. That was fine. At the moment, this is kind of scary, because I'm sat in a room by myself, talking to nothing, which to me sounds like insanity, but and yet it's going to go out to more people, hopefully, than I've ever been able to reach before in any way. And yeah, so moving forward, it's going to be this is very much going to be an adventure for me, and I hope that you get to share the adventures that you've had in the past, or join in on the ones in the future. But yeah, so if any of that sounds like a video that either you would like to watch, or that you would care to be involved in at some point in the future to one degree or another, then subscribe. If it sounds like this is the kind of straightforward content that you would like to see, leave me a like and start telling me stories. What stories do you like? What things have you come across that have just resonated with you? Leave them as a comment. And I'll go down and I'll take a look and we'll see what we can agree on and what we can't. Anyway, take care.